Hey everyone, wanted to put together a short video to briefly explain what we're going to have come patch 1.1, according to the live stream from a couple hours ago. I'll go over the important bits as parts of the live stream play in the background. Update 1.1 will be released on November 11th and will feature 4 new characters, first of which is Zhongli, a 5-star Geo polearm. Zhongli will plant his spear on the ground and then kick it to make it spin, which looks pretty cool as you can see on the screen. His charge attacks teleport him forward with Geo spears raining in his path. His elemental skill creates a monolith that deals AoE damage on press and big burst damage around him that breaks Geo shields as well as ores on hold. His elemental burst summons a meteor that petrifies enemies struck, which is an effect similar to Frozen. His abilities scale up his max HP, and his passive is similar to Deluxe in the sense that it returns 15% of the materials used when crafting polearms. Second is Childe, a 5-star Hydro bow/melee hybrid. His normal and charge attacks are the usual bow attack and the aim shot that we have on existing bow users. His elemental skill replaces his bow attacks with a combo of 2 water knife attacks and 1 water polearm attack that follows. His elemental skill has no cooldown, so you can swap between the two as you like. He has 2 elemental bursts. When he has his bow, he shoots water that debuffs enemies and refunds energy. You can combo this into his melee elemental burst, and that is a big strike that consumes the debuff applied by the bow Q to inflict increased damage. His passive increases all party members' normal and charge attack talent levels by 1. Next up is Xinyan, a 4-star Pyro Claymore character. Her elemental skill swings her guitar and grants a shield that becomes more powerful based on the number of targets that the guitar hits. This shield scales with her defense. Her elemental burst creates a shockwave around her, knocking enemies back and setting the ground on fire. Her passive is similar to Xiangling's, but for defense boosting food, giving her a 12% chance to gain double the results. And finally, Diona, a 4-star cryo bow character. Her elemental skill was not shown, but the icon is cat ears on a bubble with a paw inside, so make what you will from that. Her elemental burst is a chilled molotov that damages enemies and heals teammates in an AoE where it's thrown. A free Fischl will also be up for grabs this patch, as Barbara at Adventure Rank 20 will retire as a reward come 1.1. There are no official news about the new character banners yet. The Ningguang Zhongli banner as well as the Xiao Xingqiu banner circulating around seem to be old banners from the beta, as they only feature 2 characters, a format ever since ditched by miHoYo upon launch in favor of 1 5-star character and 3 4-star characters featured on the banners as they used to. But let's wait and see what will be confirmed by miHoYo in the end. Liyue Story chapter will be finished in update 1.1, so we can continue where we left off to see Ningguang in the Jade Palace next, most likely. Speaking of which, Jade Palace is a new area that we'll have access to, and it seems rather cool. Keqing, Xiao and Ganyu will appear throughout the story as well. Childe will be the new weekly boss with 3 phases. In first phase, he'll wield his Hydro Vision, second phase, his Electro Delusion, and in the final phase, will transform into a hybrid using both and turn him into a space demon of sorts. There will be a new reputation system, one for each region, with an NPC introduced for this purpose that will probably be like what Catherine is for adventure ranks. This will be progression separate to adventure ranks or friendship levels. Reaching reputation level 2 will grant you a mineral finder that you can use to find mining spots. Reputation 4, on the other hand, will give you discounts in the sigil shops of the respective region. We'll also get new wings, name cards, food and crafting recipes, as well as an Anemo Bottle to collect Anemo wisps and release them on demand. An alternative to Venthy's E for those who don't have him, basically. And 2 stones to help us find Anemoculi and Geoculi. There will also be a portable teleport waypoint that you can place anywhere you'd like for it to stay there for up to 7 days. Lastly, a portable cooking pot to place wherever you need to cook, and a food bag that allows you to place a hotkey on your 2 most used food items that will refill as long as you have that type of food available and will show the buffs you get from those foods. So, of course, both hotkeys will be Paimon. There will also be a new co-op event which, unfortunately, resembles the Crucible event we had before. But let's wait and see how it turns out. The Wings and Fischl, at the very least, seem to be tied to this event as well. Another event will be food delivery, where you Uber Eats your way, gliding around and getting people their food for Primogems and other rewards. Some quality of life changes are also coming with 1.1. We will now be able to lock weapons and artifacts. These won't appear on the destroy or infuse lists, so you can finally use your 3-star artifacts without worrying about RNG, since you couldn't tell which item was which before. There will also be a compendium to read information on Flora and Fauna in Teyvat. Excess EXP you waste while leveling weapons will now get turned into additional ore. Characters on expeditions will no longer be locked out and you'll be able to use them in the world for combat. And finally, we're going to have a camera lock option to get rid of the annoying auto zoom and rotates. I want to mention the resin quality of life changes separately. 1.1 will see the resin cap increase to 160 from the current 120, which face mixed but mostly negative reactions as it missed the mark, with the cap not being the problem but rather the recharge rate. On top of this now though, we'll be able to create our own condensed resin, which costs 2 jade crystals and 200 Mora, and allows you to store resin that you wouldn't be using otherwise, to prevent you from wasting resin by going over the cap when you're unable to play. You can also now spend 40 resin in domains except 20 to get double the rewards, shortening your farming cycles. We also now have a new Primogem Reward code, so head over to the link in the description to receive your 160 Primogems with the code on the screen. Also, don't forget about the 2 other giveaways, first being my 5000 Primogem giveaway upon reaching 1000 subs, and guys, we're almost halfway there, thank you a lot for the support, really appreciate it. And the other one being Genshin's giveaway of 1 iPhone 12, 5000 monthly passes and 50,000 50 Primogem giveaways. One final means of gaining even more rewards is the adventure link. Go to the link in the description and use the code on the screen to receive 10,000 Mora, 10 ores, 20 XP bucks and 2 artifacts. Remember, you must be below AR 15 to be able to use this last one. See my previous videos on these, and I'll also include all the information in the description below together with the links for all of these events and giveaways. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it saved you some time, giving you condensed information about 1.1 as well as all the events and giveaways that are currently active. Enjoy your waifus and take care.